Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's another week of Counter-Strike here for the side of Disrupt. But before we get to that, I'm Curtis Sandals, and this is Cash MMT. Disrupt taking on Anti-Mido here in a regular season game, and we're back to see if Disrupt can get those games under their belt.
Certainly a new week, a new chance at opportunities here, kicking off week number 4 of ESEA Intermediate over here in Europe, like you were saying. And yeah, unfortunately not the outcome that Team Disrupt was looking for in that last week, but hey, it's over in the past here as they're going to try and end this 2-game loss streak here coming into it. But Anti-Mato, the thing that jumped out at me, Connor, is the fact that they're on a 3-game win streak coming into today's game.
Yeah, it's
Can't
a bit of
talk.
a spicy streak, all right, especially given the fact that of the names that we do have here tonight. For the side of Disrupt, back to full strength here. Sabi, KRS, Wham, AVN, and Flan TV. For the side of Anti-Mido, a bit of longer names here. Totemic, Mr. Super, Zonku, Slobogander, and Patonki Ann as they get ready for this one. And like you said, Anti-Mido, a 3-game winning streak here. Team Disrupt, they've lost 2 in a row, looking to get back into their winning ways here with a full-strength roster, though.
Yeah, that full strength roster is certainly going to be working to the benefit of Team Disrupt, no doubt about it here. No shade to the sub, but they definitely been training here with this set 5 here. So I'm excited to see all the pieces of the puzzle put together here. And the map today, another round of Ancient coming up for us here. I believe this is going to be the 3rd time that they've played it here. Unfortunately, I think they're 0-2 on it here with 2 close calls, but I'm faithful that 3rd time's the charm.
Yeah, their Ancient has been proving to be very good, and I think it just comes down to some of the protocols and the communication. That was obviously something that we talked about with Sabi previously, where Sabi was like, hey, this is something that comes down to communication more than anything else. The skill is there. The fights are right there. It just needs to come down to some of those calls. And I think as we get into this map here tonight, it's going to be very prevalent to see what version of Disrupt that we do get overall. Is it going to be a Disrupt that hits the ground running, or is it going to be an Anti-Mido that puts up the brick wall? Let's see how it goes. Wham, running it up with the pistol. Zonchu nearby here has the pistol on the USP, but Wham trying to run it up, trying to fight it out. Does get Patonki and Slobogander gets one back, but it's too quickly found by Disrupt, and now it's a 4v2.
Flicky aim gets the opening here, and then it just crumbles right then and there. Mr. Super's dinked up and gooshed out of it as KRS confirms the frag. Everyone really chiming in this round, and Disrupt, Sabi, gonna take down the final player there as a pretty much clean sweep coming in towards that B bomb site as they get the ball rolling early. A huge benefit to them, and Anti-Mato, no real chance here to fight in this 2nd round, it seems.
Unless they decide to try and tank their economy, much like the community market there.
R.I.P. too soon.
R.I.P. Is it still too soon to talk about that one? It's okay. It's been a miserable 4 or 5 days for most people that have their skins investments. But anyways, for Disrupt, great first round. They hit the shots they needed to. They didn't leave anything really unchecked on that site. I mean, Zonku kind of, just sitting there on the site was a bit of an unknown variable that Disrupt were able to at least counteract, and so that's good for them. Mr. Supers and the rest of the squad in a 4 versus 5 race, essentially, as they're just going to split them around the map. Zonku will be trying to find Sabi, but they're just going to let these MAC-10s try and do the bulk of the money grabbing here.
They should as well. Yeah, certainly, like you're saying, that kill bonus coming in $600 opposed to, I believe it's $300 on the AK there. Couple of scooped up kills here, and the B bomb site just an open house again here. Disrupt maybe having done some homework here. Perhaps it's just that 2nd round antics. I'm curious to see how it'll play out going further into this half here, but only 1 casualty faced. Bomb plant down as well. Extra cash secured. I mean, this is as dreamy of a start as it's going to get here on the T side with a 2-0 beginning.
Yeah, it is just a great start right there. You get the 2 rounds up. You don't lose the AK. You only lose one of the MAC-10s. It's just going to be an extra upgrade here into the next round. Anti-Mido will have themselves a pretty full buy back. It's going to be the M4A1s with those couple of FAMASs. As for Disrupt, though, 2 AKs and a set of MAC-10s. They're heading back to the B-bomb site once again.
Listen, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. And Disrupt, by that logic, they're storming the castle, but they're going to eat a grenade for it. And grinder, and Zonko just combining off that initial damage here to just turn it into a meat grinder as it's Antimatter's turn here to really get a clean round here, it feels like, on the board, unless Savvy does the unthinkable. We believe in miracles here in the 1 versus 5. Oh.
If there was ever a time to start believing, this would be it, right? Did get avoided by the spam.
If he got the opening here, drops it to the 1 versus 4, it would be a little bit more approachable, but Totemic has already crept up on the catwalk, fighting at range here, hugging this right-hand angle, but Savvy adjusts in time. Takes a lot of damage, though, down to 27, and at this stage of the game, every kill that he can rack up here will certainly be felt on the side of Antimatter here, so another one would definitely be a positive, but there's just such a strong position over towards B here, and the first line of offense will hold it down here as Zonko is able to confirm Antimatter's first round of today.
Antimatter, strong first round, but again, that was a bit of a bonus for Disrupt. They were just playing on the MAC 10s and the AKs, so not at full strength with that purchase. They will be now, but KRS, having had to reinvest that AK-47 at round number 3, will hurt here for now. Stuck on that Desert Eagle on round 4. Antimatter, health upgrades. They do pick up 2 AK-47s, but for Team Disrupt, now they start to go into more of that default setup, right? They're not just trying to hit it fast B every single round. They are starting to try and spread things out around the map and start to take it.
A little bit more of a defaulty approach here, no doubt about it here. Some catwalk control giving up mid. Antimatter playing very reserved in the 2-1-2 as their mid player actually looks to shoot over towards B. Just giving up that center of the map here. Disrupt, though, not quite aware of this yet here as they haven't pushed out towards it here. So some interesting early round antics. And I don't even blame Antimatter here for already shooting over that third player towards mid. Third player over towards B with mid being wide open here. How often Disrupt has been attacking this side of the map here. Feels like a good gamble stack if you were to ask me.
It's a gamble
towards cave.
Disrupt will be trying to push into it, although they're kind of taking it a bit slower approach. So with that timer just kind of running down, Antimatter could start to second guess things and maybe pull a rotation back towards the A-bomb site, even though right now they do seem pretty comfortable with the positioning that they do have. Zonku is kind of playing the outside wrap. Solo Gander the box from the flash, and it's a beautiful double kill coming through there for the Rifler. And already it's a 5 versus 3. Disrupt trying to rotate back in. KRS gets taken down by Mr. Supers. It will be a bomb plant down at the least from AVN. And a 2 versus 5 required. Making a 1v5 as it's just AVN. Does get 2 though. And now there's a chance. Has the AK-47 now up against 3 peaks. Oh, are you kidding?
My god.
A 3-player spray down for AVN. And that is some X-rated nonsense there. Disrupt. What in the world?
Oh my god, we were joking about it just a couple rounds ago, and that time they all line up. Disrupt somehow stealing it from the Lion's Den there as all 5 players. Antimatter did everything right in that round up till that moment, but it's just not enough here, and that one is gonna sting. Lasting impacts as well. Only 1 gun able to be invested in 2. It's a hero M4 as the lasting implications of that 1 versus 5 are rolling over into round number 5. Oh my god.
He
just did that.
I can't believe he just did that.
When they all 3 were there, I felt it too. Oh my god. That's crazy.
Absolutely disgusting play. And I can't believe that just happened. KRS finds an opener there as well. I mean, we were calling upon Savvy to get a 1 versus 5 just the round prior, right? On that B-bomb site. And he gets the 1 and done, right? You're thinking, okay, whatever. You see AVN 1v5. You're thinking it's gonna be like maybe 1 or 2 kills, goes down in the 3v1, and then just perfect timing, perfect spray down, gets all 3, and that has got to be highlight of the season there if you are AVN.
Absolutely.
Goodness gracious.
Gonna be hard to top that one for Team Disrupt throughout the entire season, no doubt about it. And AVN, just my god, 8-1 on a tear. Just so much style on that 1 versus 5 as well. The power of a post plant, and I mean, that might just like stunt the entire game here. I mean, think of this mentally through the eyes here of Antimido here. They were in a competitive spot here at 1-2 where they had a 5 versus 1 coming in towards that bomb site here, and they couldn't even pull it off here. Disrupt now strings together at 4-1 here, and that's got to be like just a mental anchor. I can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, I mean, losing out on a round like that is going to sting big time. I do think Antimido actually were able to be fairly successful in the eco round. I think they came in with a pretty solid game plan. They got a couple of the good kills, took down some of the rifles, and keeping Disrupt in a relatively uncomfortable position economically. So they do at least have a chance to kind of keep going. Antimido with their full buy back. Slovander systemic playing out here the cave.
The pressure is on, and Antimido going to the well again here. They had success with that double cave setup in the late round a couple rounds back here, and a little bit more forward. Looking for the early action here. Disrupt hasn't quite obliged yet, but with a smoke up here towards Catwalk, this fight, it is inevitable. Who's going to come out on top in the early duel? Okay. Not Caves. The Cave's not the action here. It's Plan over here finding an opening on a Zonku through the smoke. A 1-for-1 exchange here now. That opening pick through the smoke is certainly being felt here in the 4 versus 3. Charging forward solo though. Savvy is in a position here to not be traded, or is he? Flan picks up the pieces late there, and KRS as well. A frag over towards mid opens up a free pathway over towards this A-bomb site. ABN sprinting over, as it should be an easy plant and an easy round conversion from this point for Disrupt.
Whoa. Attempts on the AWP shot, but KRS is right there and hits that one to get Disrupt a 5th round on the board. For Antimido, they're in a bit of a rough spot with the money. Zonku and Mr. Supers do at least have over $5,000 to $6,000. Patonki and has plenty to go as well, but Totemic and Slobogander, they don't have much to work with at all, and so this is going to be a quite fractured purchase, all things considered, and just the fact that it's, you know, M4s, a FAMAS, an MP9, and the AWP, you're putting a lot of faith in those rifles to make it work.
A lot of faith indeed. Will their prayers be answered, or will Disrupt continue this dominant form here on the T side? And in the early stages, over towards Cave/B, just kidding. The A duel is where the first fight's going to come through. On through, information and frags gained here from Antimido, as Slobogander again having success over here in Cave, this time on the MP9, and perhaps that fractured buy is still a force to be reckoned with. But you never know. We've seen a 1 versus 5, Connor. Never count out these T's.
Yeah, you don't want to count them out at all. Antimido does have a really good setup here, and given the fact that presence has been spotted towards B, they are kind of starting to really heavily lean that way as well. So this is a very good setup coming out here from Antimido. We'll be going down first. Now we can see entry, but it's going to be a double swing back. Mr. Supers on the FAMAS. Actually, going to be in both long TV. At least hits the kill, but Mr. Supers swinging back on that FAMAS continues to do the damage. Up to 6 kills now in the game, and Antimido, they do notch their 2nd round on the board.
Much needed second here indeed, here doubling up, but it can't just be a one-off round like it was back in round number 3 for them. It's gotta be a streak, and Team Disrupt, they've got enough cash here for the immediate rebuy. So it's definitely gonna be pedal to the metal here, trying to bring the fight over to Antimido here, but AWP on Totemic, still 0 and 6 here at the primary op. Really haven't found all too much action here, and perhaps this is where things will change. But it doesn't seem like it. The early duels, again, just not really being offered up from either side here. Disrupt so interested in taking this catwalk control in the early stages and just scaling upon it.
Disrupt slow. Zonku does at least make contact, drops that smoke immediately at ramp. Is just kind of back away here for the moment. Over on the side of Disrupt, they are just kind of starting to spread things around a little bit, maybe considering some possibility of hitting the A site. It is fairly open of an opportunity. Zonky again will drop that nade, but it's actually not going to penetrate the smoke deep enough to Temic. Oh, missed shot in AVN. Just continuing to play it dirty here on Ancient. Hits that headshot. Now it's a bomb plant. Essentially guaranteed here for the Sentinel to drop. Mr. Super does get one, but quickly burns for about half HP as that bomb plant does go down.
Valuable information and space gained there with that singular Molotov, but oh no. Slavogander gets a kill, but actually gets backstabbed here by Zonko. Zonko though recovers with a follow-up, and wham! The saving grace here of Team Disrupt. Can't quite pull it off in the 1 versus 3. Still lands one there, and 2 players able to get the job done here for Antimito, as a little bit of cash gonna be, a little bit of weaponry gonna be brought out here into the next round, but money's still a little bit tight here. Not that Team Disrupt can really do all too much with it. Around 2K apiece, and just like that, perhaps the recovery in order here in this first half here for Antimito, as off the back of a 2-round streak, it feels like 3 is kind of inevitable here, and scoreline starting to even up a bit here. Quite seen the pistol plays, the eco round here on the T side of Ancient quite yet here for Disrupt, and to see what they offer up for us. Again though, just some fast action up towards Catwalk, expanding in towards Cave here. No duel given up from Antimito. Again, just kind of turtling up in towards this bomb site here, getting active here and there over towards Cave, but the 50-50 this time, falling the other way. But man, so reserved, aren't they? It feels like
it has been fairly reserved, and that is the hallmark of a good Ancient right there. Is you don't want to try and get too aggressive when you don't have to, and this has been, I think they've taken some risks where they need to, but they've also been playing things. It was just a very structured setup and play. Will be walking up. That's gonna be Slowbagander. Does take down one. Savvy. Tech9 makes contact, but Slowbagander keeps back on that M41. Does get 2, but Savvy at least on 2 kills. Can't let the bomb that's gonna be coming through, but hey, at least it's a couple kills from the Tech9. Does keep things going just a little bit there.
And we weren't expecting too much out of that one, but 3 rounds in a row now piled up here as Antimito shooting for tie game. Team Disrupt though, they've got the AK-47s once again here. No AWP to try and go toe-to-toe with Totemic, but like we've been saying, hasn't really found all too much action so far. And let's see if the status quo stays the same here. That slow, methodical European pace. Just used to the North Americans running through smokes, I guess, whatever it is. But indeed, no early mid-duel coming through. No. But perhaps an early B fight here, as calculated aggression coming through from Antimito. 2 players in a forward position here. Totemic on that AWP. Another missed shot when he was primed for it. Goes back in, and the second's not going to deliver. 1 frag back from Wham there. Goes down to Slowgander after, but simplifying down to the 4 versus 4 here, as we've still got a whole world of time to try and navigate this one. Savvy pestered up. Tagged up here, but not out of it. This grenade. Not too far off the mark here, but really just chipping away off of Flan here, as nothing else to show for it.
Good 4v4, at least Wham getting the 1-for-1. You know, Totemic having gone down early as this AWP player is going to hurt things for Antimito. They need the sniper presence. And it's interesting that we do see Sabby pushing up forward. Shotgun off. Oh my god, Slowbagander just lagged out right there. Mr. Supers gets 1, and AVN trades it back. Donkey needs to hit a big play and does get 2 kills. It's going to be left to Patonkian to finish it up, but oh my goodness. Disrupts. Such a great opportunity there, but unfortunately Zonky on the other side just absolutely slam dunks it.
Disrupting his internet there, and yeah, what in the world was that one? What a weird sequence of events there, but still, it's not going to affect Antimito other than losing, I guess, another player in the pursuit of happiness. And 4 in a row here. Momentum seems to be the best friend here at the CT side, and Disrupt gonna have to be another one of these Tech 90 buys here, and with pretty much everyone heading over towards A fairly early on, perhaps we're looking to switch it up here with a sort of a rush. A singular smoke over towards the choke point might not stop him, but a Molotov on the other side. They come charging through. It's not gonna matter because the headshots, they just delivered.
you got to feel bad a little bit here
What?
for Totemic, who has just been trying as he might with that AWP
for real.
and just continues to get absolutely dumpstered by these headshots. I mean, like, Slova's having a rough game so far in the first 10 rounds of play here, and only survived on one of them. 0 and 9. Slowbagander now left in a 1 versus 4. This has been a great rush out from Disrupt. You know, they decided, hey, we've been playing it slow, kind of getting beat down by some of the timings in the fights. Let's try and go for something fast once again. We haven't been hitting the A site much. That can be a bit of our niche to just kind of get in there, and you know, it does work out great. I mean, it was a bit of a gamble play to just kind of go fast like on the pistols, but it pays off. They get the bomb plant, they get the round win. Sure, they do lose spawn to the bomb explosion, but overall for Disrupt, a 6-round T-side on a map like Ancient, not bad at all.
Yeah, that was pretty insane there. It felt like the read was on point there. I mean, the Molotov outside of the smoke there, the double setup early inside of the bomb site, and even still, just no kills to show for it. Pretty insane. And when you thought Anti-Mito might have been primed to take the lead for really the first time in this match here, Team Disrupt, they sit us right back up in our chair here as they've been just devastating through this T-side between that 1 versus 5 and now that eco round as well. Final chance, so Connor, you feeling the 7-5 or the old 6-6?
Is the old 6-6, man? We're talking about old. We gotta talk about 8-7.
The new
right
6-6.
It's the new tied half. I mean, you know, you talk about go, it would have been that 8-7, right? But now all these youngins are talking 6-7s and everything like that, and I just can't deal with it anymore. I'm losing my mind here, Cash. Oh God, Totemic, he might be losing his mind.
No.
He misses the opener.
He can't hit anything.
Oh, we're so sorry, my man.
We got curved bullets in his
for you, really, we are. Even if you're not the home team here on Disrupt Channel, the poor guy is just going through the motions. Mr. Supers and Slowbagander have actually done a great job at just kind of holding things back and just delaying. Oh my God, that dink comes through. KRS gonna walk into his own death here unless Mr. Supers, he's not looking for the bombs down on the site. And they have to get it recovered, but they know Mr. Supers was there.
And a very interesting round brewing up here in the final round of the half here, and they know the bomb's there indeed. It makes it so tricky, but Mr. Supers, AWP, not necessarily the tool for the job with 2 players coming his way. Low HP as well. Not going to be necessarily a factor. Walks through the smoke here, pistol in hand, lands a few shots, a combined 13 HP on those 2 players. That was the right play. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out. Oh my God, indeed. What a crazy half. My heart rate is up, and I'm not even in there.
That is an absolutely bonkers half coming through, and, you know, that did just make things very, very...
Walks through the smoke with the crazy.
Yeah, walking through the smoke, it's certainly something that'll just, like, kind of throw a spanner and things, right? Now, for the side Disrupt 7-5, as we do switch sides, and that is just great news for them. They need that any sort of advantage that they can kind of muster right now. And so, with that, they've got a T side and a 2-round lead, or a CT side now, and a 2-round lead for them.
A little bit of lead here.
Yep, pump flashes. KRS and AVN looking the wrong way here. They turn though. AVN gets one. Oh, it's a team kill from Batonki N. Oh, that's got to sting a little bit there. And now they know they can't really confidently go for a bomb plant. You know KRS is in Donut, and that's a huge question mark of where he is in Donut. But at least it's a push through main. Mr. Supers gets one. Here comes the fight from Wham, though. Slowbagander still takes down 2. How has he managed that? Sabby in a 1v3 and does get the first.
Oh, the play was there. The shots, however, not. Savvy, though, still could put this one together. Scoops up a defuse kit as well here. But the bomb, it's already being run over towards B, and with Totemic sticking around on this bomb site here, he's trying to sell the fake. He's going to do more than just that with a killing touch there as Savvy can't quite pull it over the finish line there. But a pistol round for Anti-Mito, keeping this interesting game even more neck and neck here, but still. That little bit of lead, little bit of a buffer zone, like you were saying, from Disrupt, might be enough here for them to still stay competitive.
Totemic.
Totemic, got it.
One. Finally, at long last, did actually manage to get that through, and so got the opener that he needed. 1 kill down, many more to go, hopefully, my man. But Disrupt. This is a bit of an eco, and yeah, that's a little bit of good damage.
Nasty. And yeah, Totemic getting that first kill on not an AWP. Something to note there. And with the B-bomb site currently being stacked in this round here, and Antimato has taken the liberty of just pushing through Donut in towards this A-bomb site, finding out that, hey, no one's on this side of the map. Everyone's got to be over here towards B. A little bit of dueling coming through, but the grenade chip damage really goes tit for tat. Trooper's in a spot here to farm some eco frag. Gets the first, gets the second, transfers over to the third, and Antimato, the inevitable 7th round to be tallied up. There you go, Totemic, the T-side specialist.
T-side specialist. He's at least taking it 1 kill at a time. And so then we are just getting ready for this one. As we do just kind of keep moving forward. It is going to be Disrupt calling for a tactical pause, though, as they consider the purchase that they have to make now. And so we're just going to take this one easy as they do move forward. It is going to be M4's up, but they have had Sabi forced to drop down to FAMAS, but that is to allow for more utility.
Here, see if that's going to come into the game plan. It probably is. A specific buy coming through here in Antimato. Something to note as well, they actually haven't taken the lead here so far in this match here. I believe they've had it tied up twice here, just haven't been able to take the crown away from Disrupt. But you know, after a 30-second pause like that, something is being cooked up. I have Antimato use that time as well here to perhaps anti-strat a bit. It's early, but both teams have definitely shown that they are thinking very heavily into each of these rounds here. And the early stages of this one, a utility dump over towards B. It felt like it was on the money there. Antimato running through it there, not really taking too much damage as they quickly expand into cave. Also working up through mid. KRS Molotov away here, can't really do much to delay the donut push here. And actually all through A, 2 players have pushed through from Disrupt here as a crazy again might be about to happen. The flank, it's gonna lead for a first here, and 2 players now spotted out, also revealing that the A-bomb site might be open, but still a player has shuffled over. Disrupt has it all covered. Other window of opportunity though, and Mr. Supers is gonna try and take it, a solo move over to flank this B-bomb site, but caught red-handed by Savvy. That FAMAS will not be a liability. Still, the plant can go down, and Antimato with a little bit of positioning in a 3 versus 5. We've seen 1 versus 5s come from this spot here today, and all of a sudden 3 kills for the price of 1 leaves us in the 2 versus 2 as this retake is going south.
Oh, AVN does get a dink on to Zonku. That's at least information gained. Swinging around. Totemic gets 1, and Zonku to follow up. Antimato, a big clutch up there in the moment to get themselves into a lead. Their first lead in this entire map here, and it comes at the perfect time for them. For the side, though, of Disrupt, losing out on that round is going to sting, especially given the economy at play. They're going to have to try and take an eco here and go again in the next one. But, you know, there's still plenty of time for them to recover this one. CT side can be a bit of a bear.
Absolutely here, but still Disrupt. If you have to put up anything on the CT side here, I'm sure that's fresh in their minds. Still, it's only been one buy so far here, but mental strain certainly feels like it could be starting to pile up. Singular flash going to be bought here to prime these 4 players with a swing in towards mid, and actually having some success here as Fien does take out Petrovsky there. Patonsky, I can't even see it here with, I'm sorry, with the low resolution.
Yeah, it does kind of make things a little bit
my North American brain. But whoever.
It is going to be Zonku, at least. That is going to help things out. As we do just kind of move forward. It is going to be a bomb plant down. With that, this should just be a 9th round up for Antimato.
This B-bomb site Every time the bomb goes down, it feels like whatever team gets the plant through pretty much converts it regardless of the situation. Wham. Trying to get a cheeky final 1D here. Gobble up an AK here for the next round, but it doesn't seem like anyone wants to offer up any more duels of those sorts here. He is going to survive here with the pistol. With the armor, $650 less that he's going to have to spend here, but still, Antimado in the driver's seat here in the second half. 4 straight.
Four straight rounds, and now it's time for Disrupt to just try and buckle in here. Make sure they get things moving, or else they might be running into a fair bit of trouble. Overall, for the side of Disrupt, they do have got themselves the M4s. They do have themselves. So with that, we will see what kind of success they can make of it here. It is going to be a kill coming through from Flan. That is one. Flan TV does get a kill as well. Flan TV with that does make it a 4 versus 4. The EVN having gone down is going to make things a little bit difficult here as we do kind of move. It's going to be a push out towards that. Oh, good timing, but Slobodander actually destroys it on the flick. And Sabby going to go down. Totemic is igniting here in this second half, and it has been perfect storm for Antimado to start to pick up rounds.
Oh my god, how did Slobodander get that frag? It felt like he was dead to rights there. Finding way more than he's worth there, and Antimado just paving another pathway in towards this B-bomb site here. Double digits now in their back pocket. Sure, Flan's hanging on to this AWP here, but what are the other 4 players going to do in the next round here? Money going to be tight again. Antimado just showing no signs of slowing down, and my god, the bounce back it's been from Totemic. It's just, I really want to give a compliment to them over there. I feel like from my experience, whenever you got that big fat 0 next to your name, next to the kills there, it's so easy to get distracted, get your head out of the game, but able to stay locked in, finding some impact later on through the match here, and Antimado all the better for it at 10-7.
It's been going good for them. 5 rounds in a row, but now for Disrupt, they're starting to get a little bit desperate here. They've been effectively stalled out, and we're starting to see players like Slobodander, Mr. Supers, Totemic even, having big moments that are just destroying Disrupt in that tough fight. So
feels like we left all the steam in that first half a bit. Slowed down a bit here. But can you blame them? Aggression, oh my goodness. 2 players just pushing down through B when in all reality the fight's coming through from Savvy as he pushes through Cave. Success on the Slobodander, but immediately traded out, drop it down. The old 4 versus 4 here. Mid control and a top mid smoke, but AVN, he's a player to watch here in this tricky spot, committed over towards Donut. And Mr. Super is just willy-nilly clearing it here. The blind spot is going to come back to haunt him here as an advantage at least created temporarily. Still a fight has to come through. Still has to come through, but actually not forcing the trade. Karis now in a spot here to perhaps take a duel. Indeed he does, jumping up on the Xboxes, will be spotted, and at this stage of the round here, heading over towards B. That might be intel, but wham! Oh no!
Wham,
what is going on?
Might be able to see it. Zonchu, oh
my god.
Slowly peeks around. Karis gonna get spotted, but Totemic just deletes him on the fight as well, and now Flan TV and AVN, they might just be out of this round entirely. It's a 2 versus 3 retake here. Flan and AVN have to do whatever they can here. AVN does get one. That's his second kill of the round. Zonchu nearby, gets the swing and gets the kill. It's all to Flan, 1 versus 2. Walking out back turn, but doesn't know where Patonki Ann is. And it's going to be a missed shot on the AWP. Zonku gets it. Antimado 11 now to the 7 of Disrupt. And Disrupt, what can they do right now in the second half to stop the roll of Antimado and keep them from extending their win streak?
Yeah, it's just been absolute domination. I'm sure we've already said it a couple times there in some sort of variation of adjective, but man, the quad kill over at a Zonku on that B bomb site to just spin back that 3 versus 4 disadvantage. And again, the desperation buy is going to be coming back out here. That maxed out loss bonus will allow for Disrupt here to put together at least some M4s, not much utility beyond it here, and perhaps that'll be their best friend in here in preventing that match point here of Antimato, but man, just so honed in, so locked in. If Antimato, they plant their feet on that B-bomb site, it's trouble, but perhaps looking to change up the location. That's the bomb carrier just running on end. Flan TV offered a gift as 2 other players follow suit.
Flan TV does at least get 2 there. And that's going to be a great setup there for Disrupt to finally put themselves on a first round in the half. Slowbogander, a Molotov in the temple. AVN forced out. That spray good to connect to Sabby, who does rotate into temple here. Here comes the peak. Slowbogander spotted.
Oh my god.
Swing. It's going to be double swing Wham and Sabby ready with open arms to take it. And that will be Antimaito stalled at 11 for now. Disrupt at least get their 1, but they're only trailing by 3 here. They had that 2-run lead at the start of the half, so even despite the 6 rounds in a row that we saw Antimaito win, it was only a 4-round difference. So this is very recoverable here, but they just need to win these next couple of rounds. And Antimaito, their money isn't looking super great. If Disrupt can actually just beat down on them in these next 2 rounds, just rip away the money, they've got a chance to overtake and win this game.
Oh, I certainly believe here. You know what they say, the first is always the hardest, and I just asked Totemic on that one here. And speaking of first here, AVN again, he's just been the man in this match here for Team Disrupt. More impact to be had here, forcing an early fight there, and Patonsky, the name that I can't seem to say here, will be dropped early on here, and pretty much Disrupt as well. After they get that kill down towards the bottom of mid, they just drop back here and look to play the bomb sites here with the little bit of an advantage they've created.
Molotov in towards Jaguar. Here comes the double push in. Disrupt, they do have 2 players playing for Cave. Wham and Savvy playing on the site. Able to be that kind of quick swing and rotation. Antimaito, having lost the opener just earlier to AVN, is going to make it a little bit more challenging. They're focused on Savvy. They clear Wham, though, and Wham calls upon Savvy to be the assistant. Donkey on the swing, and Wham holds steady. Takes down both kills, and that is going to be a big way to do it there. There's going to be kills going the way of Disrupt. AVN gets a triple kill. Wham on the double. And that is perfection right there coming out from the side of Disrupt. Now only 2 rounds away from tying this game.
Certainly feels so possible in just the blink of an eye here. It's crazy how fast things can change here. And Disrupt outgunning for those double digits here. They've got Antimato right where they want him, like you were saying. The money has dried up. Slowbogander, he's going to go for the hero AK buy here. Maybe they can recycle around here and put some action with it here. But at this stage of the game, really getting the round wins are what matter the most here. Getting a kill or 2 on Disrupt really won't change the outcome following rounds, it feels like. But hold on, perhaps inspired by that eco rush back in the first half here from Disrupt here. Antimato just charging in towards A, and AVN somehow spamming away to prevent the bomb plan as Totemic has to pick it up off his dead teammate's carcass to eventually secure that one. That AK though.
Oh, Slowbogander, are you serious? 2 kills, and now in a 1 versus 2, Flan's got a good chance to end that, but it's going to be so close in the fight. Whew. Breathe a sigh of relief there if you're Disrupt. That almost got scary. Slowbogander hits 2 on the spray. Flan, smart move to just kind of wait things out, let him run out of ammunition before continuing to re-peek into it. And Disrupt to bring it within 1. And this is getting close as close can get. Antimaito, though, they lose out on this one. They are going for broke here.
It is all or nothing here. Either get the job done or get sent home packing, perhaps here. And really, the strategies just haven't been having the same effect here. Antimaito haven't been able to crack the code in these last few rounds here. Really, it's been not really putting up the frags early, but Disrupt some calculated aggression early again. Over down towards mid, not really spotting out much because Flan being pressured over here towards A. Still though, firing true here, and Sabby and AVN also just piling up frags on the other side of the map here. Antimato, are they falling apart at the seams?
And Antimato now, they're starting to run into some major struggles here on their T side. Disrupt finally kicking into gear at the perfect moment. Bit of a mismatch for Totemic, and that's going to be Wham with that kill. And for Disrupt, now they tie it up 11 apiece. But loss bonus has been building back in there. Max says loss bonus here. Antimato, they will have enough for some purchases, but it's not going to be enough for a full buy. I don't know if it will be better for them to buy now or just try and maybe play for overtime.
Yeah, pick your poison here. I'm not even sure what the right answer is. It's more so a matter of preference on probably how the team likes to play here. And it looks like Antimato playing the more reserved approach here. They're gunning for overtime, it seems, here as just Tech9's, a little bit of utility, and a lot of players seemingly heading over towards B, but a wave of grenades here just going to soften up Slobo Gander. The AK-47 of Wham as well, putting in the final touches. Plan as well, a fadeaway shot here, but perhaps a bomb can go down. No siree. Disrupt with the cover fire. Just a stronghold on this B-bomb side out of these three players early on. Wham, speaking of threes, triple kill to clean things up. Disrupt. No way they find themselves as the first team here to hit 12 here after being down at 7-11 there. They just make it look so easy in this comeback.
Good things come in threes. First, they get that first one on the board. Now they tie it up and push into a match point here for them, but they've only got one chance to close, or else it's going to be Antimato pushing this all the way to an overtime here. It is full buy for them. AK-47 Totemic. Surprised to see no AW despite having more than enough money for it. Gone shoot. Oh, the peek over got missed by AVN, and now it's going to be a double kill at mid. Just that little bit of timing with the flashbangs goes against Disrupt so badly there, and now it's a big problem. But Flan TV starting to get a little bit proactive, checking through A main. There is the bomb spotted. That will pull rotations from Wham, but Flan at least does get the first. Trying to run for his own life, trying to stay alive here. Right to the smoke and trying to find him.
My God.
How has he managed to stay alive throughout this entire gunfire and chaos that's been sown? But they know bomb is here. Flan still playing in the smoke. Oh, God!
What?
The nade! It's not going to be quite enough. 20 HP remain here for Slobo Gander. 2 versus 3. Here comes the double push. Totemic gets 1. Totemic swings. Sabby gets 1. Sabby gets 2. It's a 1v1. Slobo Gander on the AWP. Flashbang and Sabby!
Oh, my God.
A 1 versus 3 clutch to send this one home and lock it in there for Disrupt. What a game.
Insane from just start to finish. What the hell did we just see there? A 1 versus 5 in that first half, and at 12-11, a 1 versus 3 retaking in towards that A bomb site. How did that just happen? What a great one to get to watch there.
Yeah, I feel like, for Antimato, they kind of gave up a bit too much there in that last round. They had it perfectly teed up to just kind of go their way, and then it just came down to the fact that Totemic had no reason to be swinging that. You had Slobo Gander holding Temple. You had a player towards Donut. You had no reason to be going for a fight like that. You had a perfect crossfire, and I think ultimately that did kind of cost them dearly, and then it just allowed Sabby isolating the 1v1s. And then now they lock it in 13-11. What a close game. Those margins were insane.
Absolutely. Just the cherry on top as well from that little mini comeback, we'll call it there. I guess we'll not call it a mini. It was really a comeback. There in that second half.
A major comeback in the second half. They needed that, and they absolutely got it. And now we're going to get an interview here with Sabby of the side of Disrupt. Mr. IGL will be joining us. So we're going to throw this to a short break. Get him in here. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. gentlemen, we are back and getting Mr. Sabby back in here for another interview here after what was as close of a game of Counter-Strike as it gets. 13-11, a win up against Anti-Mido. How you feeling, my man?
I'm feeling great. Feeling great. Great to have the boys back.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this is great to have the boys back, and this is a game where you are effectively, finally back at that full strength that you've been looking for since last week. Having to sub in with Slubsy, things just didn't really quite go your way. Just a lot of situations just kind of unfortunately fell by the wayside. Now here you are, back at full strength, and some bumps, of course, but you got through. And what do you think was the biggest helping in making that happen?
I think today we had a good mental. Like we didn't fold even though we were losing like a few rounds in a row. Like on our T side we lost like 4 in a row. Didn't bother us. And then of course on our CT side we lost like 6 in a row maybe, and it just didn't bother us. We just kept going at it because we knew like again we had that confidence, right? So.
I actually want to follow up on that there with what you were saying there. What do you think was like the big moment for you guys there to turn around that like 7-11 scoreline that you were down in? Was there something you picked up in the server there, or was it just a string of events? I guess run me through that.
I think we just tried to do like different like set rounds from the beginning, but then I think I just called that, guys, let's just play normal. Let's communicate a bit more, listen to each other a bit more, because we with our comms again they were more energetic this time around, but we just a few rounds we just didn't listen to each other. That we could have maybe changed the outcome of the game, maybe won faster. But yeah, I took a timeout and I said, guys, let's just play normal and just keep our heads down and win.
Hey, sometimes simplicity is the best weapon there. It definitely worked for you guys there, no doubt about it. But man, just a day of clutches there. The 1 versus 5, I mean, what were the comms like in that one?
Yeah,
oh my god.
Like Cash and I, obviously, we saw some great moments.
Unreal.
But like he was saying, we have to talk about that 1v5. AVN pulling out some absolutely X-rated stuff. You don't see that anywhere. That's banned in any sort of home video store. But like, what was it like in that moment?
Oh, it was hectic. I couldn't believe my eyes. Personally, I just couldn't believe it. They lined up so perfectly. It was a 1 in a million lineup there. It was so beautiful to witness.
We saw it on the X-ray there, and we're like, "Oh my god, there's a chance."
Like, there's no way he does it. There's no way he just gets this timing right, and then whoop.
Oh, it felt so amazing to win that round.
Yeah, definitely going to be hard to top that round this season, I think, but hey.
For sure.
Like, highlight of your entire season right there, if you're AVN, you got to give props there. Now, obviously, there's another clutch that we have to talk about, and that is the very end. You yourself, Sabby, stepping it up 1 versus 3 to clutch that. What was it like? Was that just like the biggest sigh of relief you've ever had just to get that through right at the very end?
Oh, absolutely. That game had no business of going to overtime. We had made a little comeback there. We're going at it. No business going into overtime. No, but they, unfortunately for them, they kind of just gifted it to me. They gave me 3 1v1s. I mean, after I killed the first 2, I knew that the Opera had walked through the smoke. I had a flash. I just flash him and peek him, right? So if they would have peeked me together, like the 2 first guys, I had no business winning that round. So I'm lucky in that sense, but I guess you gotta hit the shots at the end of the day still. So
right, it all comes down to just kind of hitting those shots and making sure that everything just kind of goes the way that you were hoping for it. But this is obviously a map. Well, we've seen Ancient from a couple different times here from you guys this season, and now you're finally getting that win. Is this like finally the moment where you're just like, all right, we're getting things down, we're getting the moments that we need to?
Yeah, for sure. And I think last game they did their research last game. They kind of knew how we like to play. But now we kind of switched it up, and we definitely like our strat book maybe isn't that wide, but we certainly know how to use and what to use and when to use. So I think it came down to that today, because we've done similar things but at different tempos and stuff, and we just kind of played our own game and didn't really think about what they might know or what they might have prepared. We just played our game today, I think.
They showed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at least for myself, I got like one more thing to highlight on before I've got any before I'm kind of done here. But we're talking about kind of there were 2 different moments, of course, where it just needed something to kind of kick the engine back into gear, right? And I think we have to highlight something on the T side that really kind of highlighted that. And it was, you guys were losing 3 or 4 rounds in a row, not having a great time. And then you pull it a pocket rush out to the A bomb site. You take it all down. You get that A bomb plant. And, where was that plant start coming from? Was this just like, all right, we're thinking A site's the weakness? Or where was the thinking going with that one?
We just noticed that they leaned more towards B, and then Avnix called, guys, let's just rush A. And then we hit our entries. We killed the Opera and we killed the guy Xbox. We just jumped through the smoke, jumped through the molly, jumped through everything. We just full W went out together, and we hit our shots, fortunately, and held down the post plant.
Love to hear it.
Easier said than done, no doubt about it.
For sure.
Absolutely. I think that's all I've got really here to ask. Cash, you got anything further that you are looking to add? Any burning questions on your mind, my man?
Hey, all answered up over here. Some great answers, Sabby. Appreciate you always hopping on and talking to us.
Of course. A pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, any final words that you want to say before we let you get out of here, my man?
I'm just happy the boys are back and we're playing as our squad and not playing with a stand-in. Obviously no disrespect to Slepsin. A huge thank you to him for stepping up when needed, and Bronix as well.
Whoa.
But like it just feels good to have the boys back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, no disrespect to Slepsy or anything like that. They played great in the games that they did. It is just kind of better to have that full consistent 5. Absolutely love. Well, thank you, Sabby, for jumping in after what was an incredible game, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your night, my man.
Thank you, guys. You too.
All right, gonna send Sabby out on his way. There he goes, and now it is time to wrap up this show. What a game! What a game!
Oh yeah,
I can't believe that only went an hour. That is something that's crazy. 13-11. You expect that to be going way longer than it did.
Certainly, that was probably the most fun I've had in a while there with the match there. These European games have been absolutely a nice change of pace here from what we've been used to in North America, and just a great 24-rounder.
Oh yeah.
What more can we say what we haven't already said?
Really great 24-round game all around, and fantastic. Can't wait to see them coming back on Thursday. Of course, same bat time, same bat channel with that one, and that is going to actually no, not the same bat time. Don't know about that. Yeah, I think it said it's going to be
later.
3 o'clock. That's what it's currently scheduled. Don't know if that's going to change on the Thursday game. So obviously check on Disrupt socials. They'll probably have you with a good confirmation there on that one. But I think that's going to do it for us here, Cash. I mean, what a game.
Absolutely. Hey, well, always a pleasure to get on the mic here with you, Connor. No doubt about it.
Always a
pleasure.
Hopefully
I'll be there Thursday with you.
Oh, I hope so, because that's always great to be on with you, Cash, my man. Well, thank you all so very much for tuning in. We're going to see you all back on Thursday, maybe 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock, or 8 or 9 o'clock Central European time. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a great night. Peace out.
See y'all.